Hi, everybody. In the previous class, for 7th standard students, I did in the first chapter nutrition in plant. Is it not? In that you learned how the plants prepare their own food. That is by taking sunlight, water, minerals. They prepare their own food. So it is called autotrophs. You learned in the previous videos. And how the animals depend on plants directly or indirectly for the food, that you also learned in that class. Today I am going to do the second chapter for 7th standard science, that is nutrients in animals. Nutrients in animals, that is the part 1 for 7th standard. What are all the things that we learn for this nutrition in animals chapter? Let us see in the introduction here how the animals take food, that we learn in this lesson. Okay, let us see what is there to learn in this chapter. The first thing is different ways of taking food. How the animals take food. And the second one is digestion in humans. That is introduction for digestion in humans, how humans digest the food, that we learn here. And the mouth and the buccal cavity, the food pipe, and it is also called as, food pipe is also called as esophagus, the stomach, the small intestine, the large intestine, digestion in grass eating animal. Grass eating animal digestion, how digestion happens in the grass eating animal. Feeding and digestion in animals, how the animals feed to their young ones, and how digestion happens in the animals. We can see or we can observe all these things, we can learn all these things in the chapter. Let us move on one by one in this chapter. First let us see nutrition in animals. Where do all the animals get food from? Where do these animals get their food from? It may be primary source. It may be primary source of food. Which is the primary source of food here? The primary source of food is always plant. Primary is the first thing. All depend on it is plant. The primary source always is plant, and animals directly or in the beginning itself I told that the animals directly or indirectly depend on plants as source of food. Plant as source of food. Animals cannot prepare their own food, so it is called as heterotrophs. Animals are called as heterotrophs because they do not prepare their own food. It directly or indirectly depend on plants as the primary source of food. I think till here you understand, children. Let us move on here. Animals can be divided into 3 parts. You already know that animals can be divided into how many parts? 3 parts. That is, it can be categorized or divided into 3. What are they? Let us see here. One is herbivores, another one is carnivores, and last one is omnivores. What are herbivores then? Herbivores are the animals which eat or which take the plant as its food. They eat only plants. That type of animals are called as herbivores. In the name itself it is there, herb. Herb means plant. The plant eating animals are called as herbs. I think, do you say, I think you know that. What are the examples for these herbivores? Elephant is an herbivore. Cow is an herbivore, is it not? You write down the examples of these in the homework book. I am telling in the middle itself. You write down the examples, some examples for all these 3 categories. Okay? Write down in the homework itself. And carnivores. What are carnivores here? Carnivores are the animals which depend on the flesh of other animals or which eat the flesh of other animals. They are called carnivores. And they are called as flesh. They are also called as flesh-eating animals. They are also called as flesh-eating animals. One of the best example is, which is the best example for the carnivores? Tiger, cheetah. These are all the Best example for carnivores. And what is this omnivores means? Omnivores are called which eat both the earth and meat. That is, both it eats the flesh of the animal and it also eats the plants. They are called omnivores. The best example is human being. Best example is human beings. Let us see how do plants make their food. How do plants make their food? If you already know that plant eat an autotrophs, and how it prepare food? It prepare food by photosynthesis. Let us see how it prepare the food here. The process in which green plants trap the solar energy. Which is the solar energy here? Solar energy means sun energy. It traps the solar energy and produce food. That is, which is the food here? Sugar. That is food by using carbon dioxide. The plants gives carbon dioxide and take oxygen and water as the raw material, and oxygen is released as byproduct. It releases the oxygen as byproduct. The plants give the oxygen for us for the respiration as a byproduct. That is known as photosynthesis. I think you all understand what is photosynthesis, the process in which the plant utilize solar energy and produce food as sugar using carbon dioxide and water as raw materials, and oxygen is released, and here oxygen is released as byproduct. Oxygen is released as byproduct. That is known as photosynthesis. See here, this is the sunlight. This is carbon dioxide plus water. Carbon dioxide plus water. The leaves gives carbohydrates and oxygen. Carbohydrates and oxygen. I think you understand what is photosynthesis, children. Okay. What are the different ways of taking food? What are the different ways of taking food? How the animals take food? What are the steps here? You know that how the bees suck the honey. Bees means ಜೇನುಹುಳ ಹೇಗೆ ಜೇನನ್ನ ಹೀರುತ್ತೆ. How the calf means the young one of cow is called calf. The ಕರು ಹೇಗೆ ಹಾಲನ್ನು ಕುಡಿಯುತ್ತೆ, and how the bird catches the fish. All this let us see in the video. Come. Children, how here the calf is sucking the milk from the cow. ಕರು ಹೇಗೆ ಹಸುವಿನಿಂದ ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿತಿದೆ. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಮೆಥಡು, ಹೆಂಗೆ ಫುಡ್ನ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಹಸುವಿನಿಂದ ಕರು ಹೇಗೆ ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿಯುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಮೆಥಡು. See children, here how a bird catching the fish. How the bird is catching the fish. Observe here, observe carefully how the bird catch the fish by its beak. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅದು ತನ್ನ ಕೊಕ್ಕಿನಿಂದ ಫಿಶ್ನ ಹಿಡಿದಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಈ ಥರ ಇದು ಫುಡ್ನ ತಿನ್ನುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. See, this is the honey. This is the honeybee. That how it sucks the nectar. That is the honey from the flower. Observe carefully how it sucks the nectar from the flower. Everybody observe, children, all the three. How calf sucks the milk from the cow, how the bird catches fishes, and how a honeybee sucks the nectar from the flower. Everybody observe, children. These are the different methods, different ways how the animals take food. I think you are observed, children. Okay, what is next? We move on for ingestion. What is the meaning of ingestion? It is not injection. Injection alla, it is ingestion. Ingestion. What is this ingestion means? Taking food in your mouth. Taking food in your mouth is called ingestion. What are the things that we take from the mouth? Now ಬಾಯಿಗೆ ಏನು ಊಟವನ್ನು ಇಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? The intaking of food. It is also otherwise called as the intaking of food. ನಾವು ಬಾಯಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಊಟವನ್ನು ಹಾಕ್ತೀವೋ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? Ingestion, not injection, it is ingestion. ಇದನ್ನ ingestion ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Okay, let us see what the word is. What is digestion? What do you mean by digestion? ಆರಗ್ನೆ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನೋಡಿ ನೀವು. ಆರಗ್ನೆ, what is this digestion means? The breaking down of complex component. The breaking down of complex component food into simpler substances. The breaking down of complex substances into simpler form is called as digestion. It is called as digestion. See, these are large molecules. These are called large molecules, compactly arranged, and then it becomes simpler one by like this. The molecules are arranged. See here how loosely they are arranged. This is simpler molecule. I think till here everybody understood what is digestion, what is ingestion, what are the different ways of taking the food and how do plants prepare their food. These are all the things that we learned today. Okay children, next I will continue in the next class. I will show the textbook. See children, this is the page number 11. Page number 11, you complete these as homework. See, this is also a table given, and here also various modes of feeding. That is, I already explained how the calf sucks the milk from the cow. All these things, what are the name given? You search. I didn't explain this, but you search somewhere and you write down. See here, the name of an animal, kind of food, mode of feeding, means how they feed, what kind of food they eat. Snail, ಬಸವನಹುಳ, snail ಯಾವ ಆಹಾರವನ್ನು ತಿನ್ನುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಮೋಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಅದು. ಆ್ಯಂಟ್, ಈಗಲ್, ಹಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಬರ್ಡ್, ಲೈಸ್, ಹೇನು, ಲೈಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಹೇನು, ಮಸ್ಕಿಟೋ, ಸೊಳ್ಳೆ, ಬಟರ್ಫ್ಲೈ, ಹೌಸ್ ಫ್ಲೈ, ಇದು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಫುಡ್ಡನ್ನು ತಿನ್ನುತ್ತೆ, ಅದರ ಮೋಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಏನು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ. ಸಿ, ದೆರ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಗಿವನ್ ದೇರ್. ವಿಚ್ ಒನ್ ಫಿಟ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ವಿಚ್, ಯು ರೈಟ್ ಡೌನ್, ಯು ಚೂಸ್ ದಟ್. ನೀವು ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಫಿಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸ್ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಪಿಂಗ್, ಚೀವಿಂಗ್, ಸಿಂಫೋನಿಂಗ್, ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಚರಿಂಗ್, swallowing, spongeing, sucking. These are the answer given below. You choose that. Here also many components. List some components here in this table. You do this in your homework book as well as in the textbook also. You complete this and come and show to me in the next class when we inform you. Until then, thank you children.